Hey, third grade. So we've wrapped up a new unit. Ms. Cumming has learned some things from the first two quarters about Google Classroom and grades and Aries. So let me give you a rundown on how this is going to work. So that way you understand, and then also so your parents understand. And so I know that I told you all the same thing. So here's what's going to happen. First of all, if you remember, Miss Cumming does not focus only on the assignments. We do a lot of different things, and I check your understanding in a lot of different ways. I use map skills to help me see what you understand and what you know. I use our live teaching times for you to show me what you know by simply asking questions. I use student support time when you come and you talk to me about things, or I ask you questions, or we practice. Um, I use your assignments that you do in Google Classroom. I use all kinds of stuff. And then I also use your test reviews and your tests, obviously, to help me see what you know and how well I'm doing at teaching you. So then when our unit is over, much like this multiplication unit, when that unit is over, I kind of look at everything that I have. I look at the Google Classroom grades and those assignments and kind of what happened. And I look at what I have on my paper grades, which comes from all of those other things that we've talked about. You are always welcome to submit a different assignment to try something again. If I write in the comments your answers to what you might have missed, then typically that's not one I want you to redo because I've already given the answers. However, you can show me what you know in a different way, which is why student support is helpful because I just ask you a different question that you get to work through and talk to me about. Student support is usually the easiest way for you to turn something else in or to fix a grade or to show me your understanding because it's a lot faster because you and I just talk. Right now that our unit is done, now that the test is over, I will be looking at all of our grades and our understanding, and I will be putting it into Aries. So then I will be going back into Google Classroom and kind of cleaning it out and getting rid of some of the things that I didn't use. So especially now that I've gotten a little bit more familiar with Google Classroom, I can leave it on some kids and take it off of some other kids. So that way we don't all have the same assignments because sometimes technology got in the way or some of you understood and it was able to work it out, and some of us had to create a different assignment, so you might have something totally different than everybody else. But ultimately, my goal is that your Google Classroom then can show you what your Aries is also going to show you. It's just one of those things that we're trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work with this whole remote learning thing. So we're all just trying to figure it out. However, now that the unit test for multiplication is over, I do not accept resubmissions. Now, I'm also a human being and I care about you. So if that is not something that you're comfortable with, or you are stressed out, or you don't think that it was fair, I am always open to talk to you. The last chance to get that figured out would then be when my grade card deadline is. So obviously that's not right now. So if that is something that bothers you and you really want another opportunity, or you want to talk about something, come to student support, schedule a parent conference or a student teacher conference, and we can get this all figured out. So the number one thing that I don't want is I don't want you guys to be stressed out about things. The number two thing I want you to understand is I'm very flexible and I'm very understanding, and remote learning is challenging and hybrid math is challenging. So I want to make sure that what I'm showing and what you are giving match. So I want to make sure that what your grades are and what is in your brain are the exact same. So that's why I use all these different components, and that's why sometimes you might not know where my grades are coming from, but that's because you can't see your map skills like I do. And that's why those conferences and those meetings are really helpful, because I can share my screen and I can show you what's going on. So 2 things I really want you to take away from this. This is not the end of the world. I just want to make sure that I'm teaching you and that you are learning. Always come talk to me. Always come talk to me. I'm very understanding, and if you're putting in the effort, I will return the effort, okay? So the biggest mistake a lot of my students are making is they're not coming to talk to me, okay? So now that we have that out and we are on the same page, we will pick up and start rolling through this very first unit. Not very first, next unit, sorry. We'll start rolling with this next unit, and it moves very fast. We are not in it for very long because actually your test for this next unit is going to be on February 2nd. So we won't be here very long, okay? All right, I will see you guys later this afternoon.